Welcome back into Community Ties like we do each and every weekday. We sit down with a member from the community talking about an organization or an event. Very happy to welcome on Lynne Gump from the American Red Cross as a familiar voice on our program. And Lynne, it's great to have you on. It is 4th of July week. We got a lot to talk about. It's also your birthday week. So
a whole week. It's a whole week to celebrate my birthday. Not just one day like everybody else.
You're a freedom baby.
I am.
4th of July.
Sparkling as we speak.
And this whole time I thought I was celebrating America.
No, it's actually my birth. Well, the rumors you believe as a child.
That's got to be a thrill, though, to grow up knowing that you would always have a day off of school.
Well, it is in the middle of summer, Alex.
Easy.
So it's probably day off of school, but
easy.
Most people, a lot of people, don't have to work on my birthday either. There you go.
Well, I'm gonna try and start this interview over. So I'm gonna walk out, and we'll come back in. And no,
can we do that?
No, we can't.
You don't do that for me when I stick my foot into it.
All right. Boy, what a weird week it's been. We had earlier in the week. Some serious winds. I didn't really recognize it on Monday night, but a few individuals lost power, and there was also some damage, whether that was trees falling on cars or also we had an incident at a mobile home.
Quite a few limbs down. We had a mobile home that was taken off of its foundation, which is never good for your property to be moving your home off of its foundation, and that is the danger of straight line winds. People are always afraid of tornadoes, and they are wicked in their own right, but straight line winds can be just as damaging.
Yeah, and it comes by like that where, in some instances you have like a warning, but then, correct me if I'm wrong, but with straight line winds...
They're not radar detectable.
Right.
They might know they're coming through. They are usually much more isolated than what tornadoes are. The damage path is different, but they are can be just as deadly and just as destructive as a tornado can be, as we found out in Darke County just this week. So our volunteers have been very busy between that and fires. We will like to have a very uneventful 4th. Lots of fireworks and no fire.
We're going to talk about fireworks safety in a little bit, and we'll also talk about some other things happening pertaining to the weekend and families getting together and people being active and trying to enjoy the 4th, but more importantly, do it in a safe way. Now, I do want to touch on tornadoes because you've come on the show numerous times, and we always seem to talk about some kind of app. The Red Cross is a lot of apps.
We are very appy.
Very appy, but very useful, and more importantly, for the majority of the time, they're free apps.
There is only one app that costs, and that is the Pet Safety app, and literally that's a trial. They're seeing how it works with a fee. It's like a 99-cent app, which is not going to make you rich, but if it could help generate money for us to be able to respond in the way that we can, then it'll probably stay at 99 cents. But we have a couple really great safety apps, and one of those is that tornado app. And I think the best feature that app has is not only it has a lot of safety information on it, you can learn a lot just by walking through the app. You can post badges to your Facebook page because you or your kids have taken the tests. But it has an alarm system that goes off even if you have a mute to your phone. So like, for example, you have a mute from like 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. because you don't want to hear the phone going off. You don't want to hear the emails going off. If you have that silent mode program to your phone, the tornado app still goes off. It's a very loud siren.
And it's an app that could potentially save a life.
It absolutely can.
Now, how do I go about and getting your apps?
Google Play Store or the iPhone Store. You just go there. You simply just have to search for like Red Cross or American Red Cross, and it will list them all. And then if you love it, give it those 4 stars or whatever, and that kind of rises us up to the search engine, which makes it easier for the next person to find the apps.
Very cool. Again, we're talking with Lynne Gump as the American Red Cross in the spotlight for this Wednesday as we are getting ready for the 4th of July as it's taking place on Friday. And with the 4th, sometimes you have a cookout. You have some friends over, bring them back. bring them into town. And I know this morning you wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about fire safety.
We do. You read about them in the paper after the 4th. You see them on the news the evening of the 4th. You hear them on the radio. We'd really like people to just be as careful as they possibly can and have a safe holiday. And remember, it doesn't always happen just to somebody else. That somebody else is somebody. So there's a couple grill safety things that I think are fairly common sense, but,
You never know.
So always have your grill supervised. Seems to be fairly simple, but a lot of people will. They'll light their grill, they put the meat on, they stick the lid on or whatever, and they walk away. 5 minutes is all it takes. 5 minutes is all it takes for a small child to touch that grill, for a basketball to knock over a grill, or for someone to run into that grill, or for the grill to flame up, for example. So, always stay with your grill. And then my personal favorite is, and we're supposed to have a great forecast this weekend, but people will start their grills and then it starts to rain or it gets a little windy, or they'll push them underneath something like awning or the eaves of their house. And I'm like, let's not put the grill closer to the place where we sleep at night. That's just a recipe for fire.
4th of July, fireworks.
Fireworks?
We do not want fire in the house or on the house or in any which way, and that can sort of happen when talking about the grill, unfortunately.
And no fireworks near your grill. That is actually one of my safety tips, is please keep all flammable objects away from fireworks. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to ask. But not to shatter any illusions, everybody within listening range, everybody in Ohio listening range should understand that fireworks are illegal in Ohio, which means you can be as safe as you want, but you still can't light them.
I thought of you pertaining to that story and situation of grilling a couple weeks ago when I was setting up a grill. And
were there fireworks in the grill?
No. Okay. Yes, we were lighting our fireworks
on the grill.
No, that is the worst thing that you could do. But pertaining to fireworks safety, leading us into sort of our next topic, this can always sort of be a head scratcher, and it can always be interesting. I know that you always like to talk about safety, but also want to have a good time, have some fun.
I want people to have fun.
Right. There
are great fireworks displays all over your viewing area. So, get in your lawn chair, get in your car, go see. I don't want to mention it because I will forget somebody. But there are a lot of fireworks that are out there. But if you happen to be in a state, for example, on the 4th that allows fireworks, such as Indiana, there are certain things as a precaution. First of all, always have water close by, whether it's because you got burned or to put something out. Never, ever, ever relight a dud. I don't know what the percentage is, but there is a whole lot of accidents in ERs on 4th of July because a dud firework didn't go off. And so someone goes and picks it up and is going to relight it. And guess what?
Boom.
Then it goes off. There's a member of my family that did that perhaps when they were young and didn't know any better. And so, we don't call him Four Finger Louie for nothing. Fireworks are explosives. He really does have all 5 fingers. It's okay. But my younger brother did it when he was younger. So, and he's with listening area. So we'll talk about him while he's gone. And they literally picked up a dud, a little bitty firecracker, the kind that kids like to play with. And he grabbed his hand around it and it exploded in his hand.
Now he has 5 fingers. Do you still call him Four Finger Louie?
We do, only on 4th of July, because he likes to make everybody know that I am 4 years older than him. So perhaps I'll give him a call, or I'll tape this show and mail it to him. But so fireworks are wonderful things, but they're explosives. So treat them as they are, with the respect that they deserve, and I think you'll be a lot safer this weekend.
Be cautious.
There you go. You can have fun, just kind of like, when you do swim safety, or when we talk about being out in the sun, there are fun things to do, but, you wear your sunscreen, you swim with a buddy, it's all good.
Summertime, a lot of fun, and going to be having some of that fun for the weekend, and we're trying to get you ready, and more importantly, keep you safe, as Lynne Gump's here from the American Red Cross Going to take a short break, but we'll be back as more to come on this Wednesday edition of Community Ties. This is Tiger Country. Welcome back into Community Ties as I sit down and talking with the American Red Cross. Lynne Gump joins us on the show today as we are getting ready for the 4th of July, as we're trying to keep you safe for the 4th. And summer activities, I think a lot of the times at the 4th, I used to spend it at the pool.
There you go.
And, of course, it being summertime, a lot of kids find themselves swimming, whether that's the city pool or at home. The pool, although it's a lot of fun, there can be some dangerous things that take place and that happen.
Just a few precautions. Just a few.
And
always swim with a buddy, even if there's a lifeguard there.
Right, and it doesn't even have to be at a pool. I mean, we talk about the lake, we talk about the ocean, a lot of different ways to enjoy the outdoors and swimming. And you just got to be cautious. You got to be prepared. Got
to be smart, not like pushing your grill underneath in your garage, which might not be the brightest idea. You reapply your suntan lotion after you get out of the pool, and so you don't get this, horrible sunburn that you have to live with for the next 2 or 3 days, and then you got miserable, whiny children. Oh, that's a joy to have on 4th of July weekend. And when we say swim with a buddy, even though there's a lifeguard there, it's not that we don't trust our lifeguards, but the pools are very busy, and it's a good kind of check and balance system. My favorite is even if you have a decent swimmer, kids under like 10 to 12 shouldn't go to the pool alone.
Well, and I think also it's important to throw out the fact that even if you're an adult, even if you're an experienced swimmer, swimming alone can sometimes that's not always the smartest thing, because incidents happen, and
I don't even want to bring up the Sharknado. I mean, I'm telling you, one of my all-time favorite movies now.
We saw it earlier this week over in the Hoosier State up north. Gentleman was kayaking with a friend, went under, and unfortunately lost his life. So life jacket's important. I mean, when it comes to boating and when it comes to swimming, it's important for folks to just sort of know that although it's fun, it can be dangerous.
Well, and you have to give whatever sport or activity that you're doing its due respect. So if you're going to boat, you wait to hit dry land to drink. If you want to drink while you're on the water, that's great. But just like when you want to drink when you're in a car, you use a designated driver. And the Coast Guard and park rangers will be out this weekend, and they will be looking for boaters who have been drinking.
All right, you just talked about it a few seconds ago, and that being sunscreen. But you want to talk about some sun and skin safety today, and I'm guessing that's sort of right there.
It is.
And applying and not wanting that nasty sunburn. Well,
barring the cancer and all that kind of stuff that comes from overexposure, I mean, it's very uncomfortable to have a sunburn. That is a true burn. And I think the nation does a really good job of being a little bit more proactive than it used to be. But especially kids, they're in and around the water. They're always toweling off. They're always doing those kind of things. The key now is just reapply. Your kids should probably just like slide through the water like oil through water.
Well, and sun poisoning too. Ooh, that is... that can be dangerous.
Sun poisoning and sunstroke are all things that you need to watch out for. Sunstroke, you're really looking at where they've been out in the heat too long, they have really dehydrated themselves, and you're at the point where contacting 911 is what you need to do.
And although we've been sort of fortunate so far, it's been relatively cool.
It has.
Talking about June and now into July. But still, when things start to heat up, people should definitely drink plenty of water. Lynn, okay, we got a lot of things happening amongst the chapter that we should also throw out there as looking ahead and sort of the summertime. Got some fun things taking place.
We do, and summertime, people don't think about volunteering as a fun summer break. We do in my family, but we like to suggest it for your family as well, because you do have the opportunity to spend more time with your kids. We look at our family volunteering opportunities, and that's one of the reasons that we're going to join downtown the Friday after the 4th. It's not the first Friday in July because the 4th falls on Friday. And there's going to be a lot of volunteer organizations down there. There's a volunteer fair, so we'll be down there. And we're going to be talking about the opportunities that we have for families to volunteer together. So, for example, we have a preparedness walk, we have a thankathon, we have a family fire drill challenge that are all really well designed so you can volunteer as an entire family.
All right, cool. And in some of the other courses and classes, I'm sure there's going to be those provided as well.
It's true. We have another wilderness class coming out in October. We have a wait list for it in the office. You just have to give us a call. We have a new babysitting class. We have a regular babysitting class, which is for like tweens that do that, mom and dad want to go out from 5 to 9 kind of deal. And then we have a new babysitting class that's called Advanced Child Care Training. It includes your CPR skills. It is for more of a business type of childcare. So if you're watching 3 or 4 kids all week long, that's the class for you. We have wait lists for those in the office, and so call the office, sign up. We'll get a class scheduled.
Lynne Gump from the American Red Cross is here on this Wednesday as Community Ties for the second day in July. Lynn, trying to find some more information about that stuff. What's the best way of going about it?
www.redcross.org. If you want to find the chapter, add /Ohio/Greenville, or you can always give us a call at 548-1002.
And then pillowcases.
All over the county.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've talked about this before, but that initiative continues.
It does. We have delivered a little over 400 and some change, I haven't counted lately, pillowcase preparedness classes to our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders in Darke County. We've been to E-School. We went to Matt Light's football camp. We've been to 4-H camp. We're going to go to the library on the 12th, I believe. So you can sign up if your child that's in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade hasn't had the pillowcase experience yet. It's a really fun preparedness class. So I suggest you sign up at the Greenville Library for next Friday.
And for folks out there that might not be familiar or it's first time hearing about this, what is this pillowcase project?
It is a way for us to engage that age group in their own family's preparedness. It started, quite honestly, after Hurricane Katrina, when people were coming into shelters and the only thing they had to carry their belongings with was a pillowcase. So now the Walt Disney Company has gotten behind this program. It is a really wonderful program. Not only, I'll be honest, the kids love it, but the adults and young adults that are delivering it are having a blast dealing with the kids as well.
Really cool. And we look forward to that as we move forward when talking about the summer. Hey, Lynn, always fun talking to you. Before I let you go, anything else you'd like to throw out there?
Have a safe and happy 4th of July.
And you have a happy birthday.
Thank you very so much, sir.
All right. That's going to do it for this edition of Community Ties. Tomorrow on the show, we'll be talking about how Winchester, Indiana is going to be celebrating the 4th. Big weekend planned over in the Hoosier State as the mayor of Winchester, Steve Croyle, going to be stopping by the show. Up next, your Midday Farm Show. This is Tiger Ketchery.